You taking up the offering?
Yeah, yeah.
Money.
So let's say every church needs money, right? So you got to pay for the organ and other things.
Yeah.
And so a piece like I just played might be for an offertory. Well, you finish a piece like that, but in a lot of traditional churches, they will have what's called a doxology.
Yes.
That you'll sing, and that usually comes after the offering plates have been passed.
Okay.
And so, if I were to finish something like this, so let me see. So we were just finishing like this. So now it's time to go into the offertory.
Okay.
Well, I could, or the doxology, I could just play it straight from that point.
Okay.
But usually what I do is they may need a little traveling time and so forth. So I'll usually blend from that musical idea to the doxology and build
a bridge.
It up. A little bridge, yes. Little bit.
And I noticed that you actually bridged from, I think that last song was in D, into G. Some series of chords you played to build up to that.
Right.
And it was seamless.
Right.
It didn't seem awkward. The melding of those chord progressions was just masterful. You just come up with that on your own.
Sure. Yeah. It's
okay.
But it's like anything else. It's practicing. So
yeah.
I practice that kind of thing. So
I see.
That way I get better and better at it. But this one was an easy one because it ended in D and the doxology is in G.
So you just
but sometimes you may have to go E flat to G, or maybe you've got to go from G flat
yes
to G, or C sharp to G,
yep.
And so you've got to, so knowing those chord progressions and how to go through your different cycle of fifths and things like this.
Yes.
Music theory and all that, that's very helpful.
We talk about circle fourths and fifths quite extensively.
Fifths, yeah.
But I was just impressed with the way you did that. It's so seamless. Like the song was always there.
Yeah.
And you just come up with that. I'm impressed.
That's
how often do you practice a week?
I'm fortunate. A few years ago, I convinced my wife. I said, I won't have to go to the church to practice if I have an instrument at home.
Right.
And so I got an instrument at home, and that allows me to practice maybe a couple times a week. Now, when I was younger, I practiced a lot more.
Yeah. So on average, you practice maybe 30 minutes or so?
Usually probably an hour at a time when I practice. So,
wow, that's a commitment.
Well, and some organists do a lot more than me. If it's their main livelihood and that kind of thing, they're practicing quite a bit.
I'm not at an hour, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
I do it when I can get my hands on it.
Right.
It may be a few times throughout the course of the day, but maybe at one stint,
Yeah.
not so much.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So